Most goals scored by a rookie in a single playoff year. Dino Ciccarelli holds the record for the most goals scored by a rookie in a single playoff year, scoring 14 goals for the Minnesota North Stars in the 1981 playoffs. Maurice Richard, his role in breaking down barriers in hockey. When it comes to hockey legends, few names stand out like Maurice Richard. Known as the Rocket, Richard was one of the most dominant players in the history of the sport. But his impact on the game goes far beyond his on-ice accomplishments. Richard was also a trailblazer who helped break down barriers in the sport and pave the way for future generations of players. Born in Montreal, Quebec in 1921, Richard grew up in a working-class family and fell in love with hockey at a young age. He began playing organized hockey in his teens and quickly rose through the ranks, eventually making his debut with the Montreal Canadiens in 1942. From there, Richard's career took off, as he quickly established himself as one of the most electrifying players in the league. Throughout his career, Richard faced his fair share of challenges and obstacles. As a French-Canadian player in a predominantly English-speaking league, he often faced discrimination and prejudice from fans, referees, and even his own teammates. But Richard never let these obstacles hold him back. Instead, he used them as motivation to prove his critics wrong and showcase his immense talent on the ice. One of Richard's most memorable moments came in the 1955-56 season, when he became the first player in NHL history to score 50 goals in a single season. This remarkable feat solidified Richard's status as one of the greatest players of his generation, and it helped to break down the racial and cultural barriers that had long divided the hockey world. But Richard's impact on the game went beyond his individual accomplishments. Throughout his career, he was a vocal advocate for the rights of French-Canadian players, and he fought tirelessly to end the discrimination and prejudice that many of them faced. Richard's willingness to speak out on these issues helped to bring attention to the plight of French-Canadian players in the NHL, and it paved the way for future generations of players to succeed in the league. In addition to his advocacy work, Richard also made a lasting impact on the game through his play on the ice. His speed, skill, and competitive spirit set a new standard for excellence in the sport, and he inspired countless players to follow in his footsteps. Richard's influence can still be seen in the game today, as players continue to emulate his style and approach to the game. In recognition of his contributions to the sport, Richard was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1961, becoming the first player of French-Canadian descent to receive this honor. In the years since his retirement, Richard's legacy has only grown, as he remains a beloved figure in the hockey world and a symbol of perseverance and determination for players of all backgrounds. In conclusion, Maurice Richard's role in breaking down barriers in hockey cannot be overstated. Through his play on the ice, his advocacy work off the ice, and his unwavering determination in the face of adversity, Richard helped to pave the way for future generations of players to succeed in the sport. His impact on the game will never be forgotten, and his legacy will continue to inspire players for generations to come.